Welcome back to your latest industry recap. Airbus confirming a pretty major order for their commercial aircraft, a 787 announcement, and a positive one of that, and an airline shutdown, sort of. Want to begin there, where just a few years after launching, AirJapan by ANA will sadly shut down as part of restructuring by the Japanese group. ANA confirming the reshuffling of its multi-brand strategy during its most recent quarterly results, which provided updates on the direction of the group moving forward. The decision is all driven around brand strategy restructuring, with an aim to maximize profitability and competitiveness in the future. Additionally, following recent changes in ANA's business environment, necessary changes include reorganization of the operations. In a statement, the airline said that AirJapan flights will be suspended as of early 2026, in a move that'll see the group shift away from the hybrid airline launched really only recently. Despite having launched in the last couple of years, ANA confirms that the final flights will take place at the end of March across its three existing routes. Narita to Seoul operating for the final time on March the 28th, followed by Narita and Bangkok on March the 28th as well. Lastly, you'll see Narita and Singapore arrive on the morning back into Tokyo of March 29, in time for the Northern Summer schedule for 2026, and the end to relatively a short era. The airline's multi-brand strategy will shift back to dual brand model, with All Nippon Airways to be the full service carrier and Peach Aviation as the low cost unit, thereby removing the hybrid option of AirJapan. AirJapan officially launched in early 2023 as part of ANA, becoming the newest entrant into the industry and looking to operate exclusively with the 787 Dreamliner that was sourced from the mainline division. Upon launch, AirJapan was said to be operating on medium-haul international routes, with the reveal of a uniform, separate branding and more at press unveiling. The 787s were kitted out with 324 economy seats, a configuration that really very few 787s fly with. It saw these planes transitioned into a one-class layout. AirJapan really followed in the footsteps of other companies in Asia that have launched either low-cost or hybrid airlines, and this was something ANA was betting on being another successful endeavor, but now it will shut down. And on a personal note, it's an airline I've flown. I did really enjoy my experience flying with them. I have a flight review that remains unedited as I simply don't have the time. One day that will eventually come to light. My thoughts on the product? Fantastic. But those leather seats in 35-degree heat, they can be a little bit painful initially. Other than that, a wonderful experience, and it's sad to see them go. The reintegration, once again to confirm, to take place in March of next year. Over to Airbus, where a major deal for 100 planes has been converted into a firm purchase following an initial MOU. The deal is with Vietjet, a growing airline based in Vietnam that has been very keen to expand its single-aisle fleet and has turned to Airbus to make that a reality. Vietjet's MOU was initially signed in June, and the carrier has now turned the deal, which includes 100 of the A321neos more specifically, into a firm contract, bringing total orders for the family to 280. It certainly underscores the importance of the network expansion for this company moving forward, and also just really fleet modernization that will be achieved by having these state-of-the-art A321neo planes in their presence. Vietjet also doesn't call the deal a simple contract. For them, it's a symbol of the trust that they have in Airbus for the future and their shared vision of developing global connectivity in a more sustainable fashion. The A321neo has been fortunate enough to become one of Airbus's most popular jets in the commercial aircraft division, with key performance metrics including the capacity jump over the base model, meaning it can offer airlines exactly what they need for their single-aisle fleets. Additionally, as Airbus develops the jet through those new derivatives such as the XLR, these two aircraft, including the LR, are just more than the base models, and they make it a leader in this sector. If you don't want the base model, you have the option of moving towards the XLR, and already the A321neo has seen sales exceed 5,000, 6,000 and even 7,000 units, and the backlog is now representing a large portion of the undelivered A320neo family, which is scheduled for production increases in the coming years, and I'm sure you can imagine is is going to be pivotal moving forward to be able to work through all these colossal orders that have been placed in recent memory. Over to the final story in today's proceedings, and that's Boeing, who says that they are now moving formally ahead and full steam as well with the increased production of the 787 Dreamliner that they have long been planning. The plane maker, when it published its third quarter results, said that they were seeing an increase that will come from its South Carolina location, critical for the continued development of the program. During those results, they said that the 787 monthly production rate is also showing signs of further stabilization at 7 units a month, which is encouraging after years of turbulence. Boeing believes it is in a position to increase production in the coming years, but that can only take place if it makes sure that stability continues in the monthly rate. Under current forecasts, the plane maker is hopeful of achieving the production increase targets in the coming years, following investments in the North Charleston facility, Boeing investing USD $1 billion to meet production targets and create a long-term home for the wide-body family, which remains crucial to so many airlines' operations. That investment would create approximately 500 jobs over a 5-year period, with the facilities to also be upgraded with that. By the end of 2025, thanks to the stability achieved, Boeing is also relatively confident that it will be able to take the next step and increase production of the jet to upwards of 8 units before the end of the year. Every little step, such as the hopeful rise before the end of the year, shows that Boeing is continuing to progress in the right direction. Long term, Boeing also wants to ramp up production beyond the long-hoped 14 units, with Leham News reporting the manufacturer is also of the view that 16 per month is something that could be achieved. This would be a record for the Charleston plant, and it would be a peak above before the COVID-19 pandemic. Much still needs to be done before the business is able to achieve this, but it's always great to have ambition and something to work towards. I'd love to hear your take down below in the comments. Thank you very much for your support here on the channel. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I really do appreciate the support. Take care and do be safe.